welcome back to my channel. You already know what to do. Drop a comment down below and let me know where you're coming from. And if you are a new subscriber, or if you're not subscribed, obviously, go subscribe, like this video, share it with a friend, and make sure you're following me on all my socials. Chanell A. Wallace on TikTok, I'm Food with Chanell on Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube, all of that jazz. My Snapchat is Chanell A. Wallace as well. Guys, we're here again. Your girl is back booming with more food content for you, and we're getting straight into it today with a very simple dish and a very simple recipe. I'm kind of getting into the groove of making a few simple recipes for you guys that you can turn out in 20 minutes or less, basically. And today we are doing chicken salad sliders, basically, and the way they're going to be is so that in case you need to meal prep some sandwiches, so you're going to cook them all at once and then you're going to be able to take them to work, take them to school, take them to college, uni, whatever. Or you could have friends coming round, you need something quickly to eat, so basically just make this, and when you see it you're going to understand what I mean. So the ingredients list will always be in the description down below. Let's get straight into it and make some chicken salad sliders. Okay, so here is everything you're gonna need. 600 grams of chicken breast. You don't have to chop it up, but mine is chopped up into chunks just because, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing with the recipe yet, but here we are, cleaned and ready to be seasoned. Then I've got some bread rolls that you want to kind of have in this sort of shape and have 6 of them, because what we're going to do is slice this in half without breaking it apart. Do you get me? So you need this, all the following seasonings here, which again will be in the description down below. We've got some chopped tomatoes and some lettuce there. I'm also going to make a sauce, maybe like a spicy mayo, but I'm not too sure yet, so yeah, stay tuned for that. But let's get straight into it and season the chicken. So as I said, guys, make sure you've got your chicken breast clean and prepared. Best thing is either strips or chunks for this recipe, okay? So mine is chopped into chunks, washed and ready. Make sure you've got clean hands or clean glove on, and then get straight into seasoning it. Going to start off with some Schwartz chicken seasoning, the paprika and onion version. You're going to need about a teaspoon of that. You are going to need some ground black pepper, about a 3/4 teaspoon of that. All-purpose seasoning, about 1/2 teaspoon of that. Paprika as well, a 3/4 teaspoon of that, just to give it a nice colour. A 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed chilies, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic granules. So now you want to marinate this together. So just make sure you mix it all up very well. And then once your chicken looks like this, set it aside in the fridge so it can marinate for a little bit, and then we're going to prep the bread. Okay, so here I have 6 bread rolls that I was hoping would be pretty close together, but one of them has slightly separated. So basically you want to try and get the freshly baked rolls that they have in the supermarket and try and keep it together. If it doesn't stay together, that's fine, because we can kind of put it back together in the tray that we're going to use. But what you want to do, get a bread knife, put your hand on the top just to hold them in place, and then you just want to slice the bread rolls in half. And then once you've sliced it in half, you should be able to just flip over the top, and then you've got the top and then the bottom. And then what you want to do is butter all of the sides, because what we're going to do is warm the rolls in the oven so that the butter can melt. It will just be nicer, you know, you're putting a bit more love into making a standard sandwich. And then once we've done this, we're going to put each one onto a tray and then put it in an oven on low, probably at about like 160 or even lower than that. You basically just want these to get soft and warm and for that butter to melt. Okay, so then what I will actually be assembling these in will be this, and this is also good for if you're making like hot sandwiches as well. You can just put the bread into this, put your filling on, put the top on top, and then you can put like another heavy tray on top, and then it makes really nice sliders. But today, because we're making chicken salad sliders, we don't need to bake them in the oven. Okay, so I've put the buttered rolls in this oven-proof dish, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the oven for about 5 minutes, just for the bread to get nice and soft and buttery, and then I'm going to set it aside for when we're ready to assemble our sliders. So I'm just getting my pan hot before I drizzle in some oil, not too much. Just work the oil around the pan, so it probably works out as about a tablespoon of oil. And then once that oil is hot, you just want to put in your seasoned chicken. And what you want to do, once you put it in the pan, try not to touch it for about 4 minutes on a high heat, and that's so it can get a really nice colour. So yeah, just for now, just leave it and let it start to brown on one side. Okay, and once it's been a few minutes, just begin to turn your chicken over so that it can also brown on the other side. And then once all the sides are brown, just turn it down onto a low heat so that it doesn't dry out, but it continues to cook the chicken. And once it's on low, what you want to get is some extra garlic sriracha sauce. This is the key, because you just want that extra garlic flavour on the chicken. So I'm just going to squeeze a drizzle of this onto the chicken. So that's probably about 2 tablespoons. Give it a little mix in the sauce. And then once all the pieces are coated, just leave it in the pan for an extra 5 minutes, just to let that sauce really stick to the chicken. You don't want it to just feel like you put sauce on. You want to feel like that sauce infuses onto the chicken as well. So just leave it in the pan on low for about 5 more minutes. As you can see, that sauce is like reducing down and just sticking to the chicken. And once your chicken looks like this, turn off the heat and then we're gonna assemble. Okay, so I've got my bread rolls that have basically been chilling in the oven but turned off. So they're not like hot, they're just warm, you know, they're just a bit warm now. So what I'm thinking, and then you just want to put your bread together. Mine slightly fell apart, but just try your best to keep it in place, like so. You're going to get that chicken that you just cooked up and load it onto this. And then once you're happy with the amount of chicken, you should have like a little bit left over. You can go tomatoes first, lettuce first. I prefer tomatoes so that they're not falling out everywhere. Use sliced tomatoes if you prefer. My supermarket only had cherry ones, so that's what we're going with. And just have fun with this. If you don't like a lot, you don't have to put a lot. But you just want to layer it up because you want a nice hearty sandwich. You don't want hardly anything in the sandwich. Make this, guys, and impress your friends. Have them going home full. Or, you know, you could be watching a new series on Netflix and you need a little snack. This could be it. And then add on the shredded lettuce on top. And then once you've added your shredded lettuce on top, you can add optional sauces, but I mean, this is my go-to. Spicy Sriracha Mayo first. Just a layer of that first. And then, keeping it simple, with a layer of mayonnaise as well. And then get the top of the bread and put it on top, like so. And then, using your hands, you can use anything heavy if you want. To be honest, you could even use this, because it's going to keep it all intact. So just use that on top and give it a push, and then you can see what that's doing. It's just going to make it set in place. I'm going to leave it like this for about 2 minutes and then we're going to slice it. And you guys can see what leaving it underneath the heavy dish does. It just makes it all mesh together, and then your sandwiches will be ready. So this has been on here for about 2 to 3 minutes. So now when I take it off, it's like nice and flat, pressed down, as you can see. If I lift the board, you guys can see it there. And then If I was to lift one of these, you can see all that goodness in there. So this is basically how you can serve it. Or, of course, you wait for this moment here, where you just turn the board, hold it in place with your hand, and then just slice the sliders so that whoever is eating them can take it apart. Or, as I said, you could be doing this for meal prep, so you could be wrapping these up ready to take with you to school or work or college, wherever. So once you just carefully cut into it, make sure they're all sliced properly, and then the moment of truth, your chicken salad sliders are fully loaded. You already know me, chicken salad sounds so healthy, but at the same time we need some flavors. Look at that. That's exactly what you need. And look, these are big, so serve this with some chips, fries, whatever you want, and you're good to go. That's 6 friends, 6 sliders. Can't go wrong. I think we need to give this a taste. Here we have it, our chicken salad slider, and then we've got the rest of them. Here is the rest of them here, so if you can see, fully loaded, so that you know all your guests or whoever you are sharing with, you know, they can have a nice hearty sandwich. This is what you want. I said you're either getting Subway or you're making this. If it was me, I'd make this. Very cost effective. All of that probably cost me about £3.50. I'm not sure how much that is in American money. But put it this way, the same price you'd spend on a meal, it's about half of that. So, you know, you're feeding 6 people for the price of half of one person's meal. So, you know, but anyway, just look at that. You know when you like hearty sandwiches or subs or rolls, whatever you want to call it, like, they're just the go-to. So quick, easy. You know, they're not the most unhealthy thing in the world, so, you know. So, let me get a bite. That's for you. And then this is for me. Wonderful. Just perfect, simple, but with flavors as well. And for anyone that's worried about the spice, there's no spice in this. It's just flavor. That sriracha sauce just gives it like more of a garlic type flavor. Yeah, it's good. Make this for your friends, seriously. It's so quick and easy. It took me way under 20 minutes, probably about 15 minutes to make this. And again, this could be meal prep and you could be having this for lunch, for dinner, after gym snack. Look, all the chicken is even coming out. That's how heavy it is. Like, imagine you can go to a shop and spend, gosh, what is it, like £6 or £7 for a sub. Okay, for like a sandwich from a cafe, it's probably about £3, but I'm still relaxed. Like, look at this. This is 6 fully loaded sandwiches. I wouldn't be able to have more than one of these. So this works, especially if you're trying to be more cost effective. You've not got much time. You're at uni or you're at college and you need something that's not so unhealthy, because this isn't unhealthy. It's chicken breast, light on the seasoning, heavy on the salad and the sauce. So, okay, balance the diet vibes. You get me? This is what you need. So, guys, that was all just so, you know when something hits the spot and then you need an ice cold beverage just to, you know? So, Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below. Again, if you make this at home, drop a comment and let me know what you thought. More easy, simple recipes are coming this week, so stay tuned. And again, if you're not subscribed, then what are you doing? Subscribe, join the family and get cooking, and just see how simple it is to make some flavoursome, wholesome food. See you in the next video.